I was scanning the internet trying to find a touring company that was not one of these huge buses. So I just did a search on Backroads Touring, and lo and behold, it was the name of the company.
Welcome to Backroads Touring Company Limited. You're seated in one of our new specially designed Mercedes Sprinters, and as your guide companion leads you back into the mists of time, you're overlooking some of the beautiful Irish countryside. Sprinters can accommodate up to 15 passengers, although our tours average fewer than 11. And even though there's plenty of room for both guests and baggage, Sprinters can travel anywhere a car can, reaching places the larger coach finds impossible. And this has been the guiding philosophy of Backroads Tours for more than 20 years.
When someone picks a Backroads tour, they're given a provisional itinerary, but you can rest assured that you'll do more than that. And we will certainly be doing some things on every tour that is on one specific passenger's hit list. On this trip, for example, one of our passengers had sailed into a mobile in Northern Ireland on a yacht, and so was very anxious to see how the town had changed. So we went to look at that.
My husband Charles had sailed over here in '59, and he wanted to go back there to see what almost 50 years had done to the place.
How much has it changed?
About 99%.
In what way?
Oh, it's so much more built up, so many more houses, so many more people, so much more business. The roads are not much wider, but much more traffic than it was. I came back to the port that I came into after a 19-and-a-half-day crossing. There wasn't a prettier spot in the world at that time.
And there's no reason why personal memories can't be combined with pop culture during the same Backroads tour. The quaint village of Avoca is a perfect example.
So today, for example, because I have some devotees of the British programme Ballycus Angel, where at least 5 of the tour wanted to see, so we can tie that in nicely. This particular mill is a small mill. It's a working mill with old fly shuttle looms and so on.
I was surprised that Ireland offers more antiquities to be seen than any of the places, and I've been in most of the European countries, where you're talking about 16th, 17th century cathedrals often. But in Ireland, you're talking about things that were here 3,000 years BC. And I've never seen anything like that in any of my touring anywhere in the world that could compare the antiquities that are here to be seen.
In order to have something for everyone else as well, was a very ancient high cross and something called the Skull House, which is actually an old oratory, which is very close. So we went to look at that too. And that's typical too, it's off the beaten track.
When traveling with a large group, the tour operator's choice of accommodations is usually limited to the large hotel chains. One of the advantages of traveling with Backroads is the wide variety of overnight accommodations available.
You're quite right, they're not just a typical large hotel. And you're restricted to that if you're in groups of 50. So we've been in a B&B, a farmhouse, a small hotel, a large hotel, and a central booking hotel. So it's all of them are different, but they're all meant to be good. I think you'll find they all are.
Let's face it, you won't be spending large amounts of time in your room, but food is inevitably a big part of any vacation, and Backroads recognizes that fact. Here's a look at a typical breakfast in Cork. If it's not on the menu, the proprietress will be happy to prepare it for you, although chances are the most demanding gourmand will be satisfied by the offerings. At this particular B&B, you'll also be welcomed at the end of your travel day with coffee and tea, along with fresh baked pastries and scones. All this is included in the cost of your Backroads tour.
The owners are all attuned to Backroads philosophy, so they're always very welcoming, very anxious to help, share information, and so on. The lady this morning, as you know, gave us holy ribbons, going to guarantee all the passengers good luck for the rest of their lives.
The Backroads philosophy of piercing the tourist facade results in not only visiting unknown or out-of-the-way places, but also meeting the locals and experiencing the legendary friendship and warmth of the Irish people. Is it lonely up here?
No, not lonely. When I have the likes of you coming around with a camera and taking a photograph of me.
Traveling with a small group also allows for much camaraderie. Besides something for everyone in terms of the activities you'll be enjoying, there's plenty of time for shopping, appreciating the local customs and cuisines, and enjoying new friendships with your fellow travelers. But remember, a Backroads tour doesn't exclude the don't miss aspects of Ireland. You certainly won't return home embarrassed to tell your friends and family that you didn't kiss the Blarney Stone. And if you haven't already guessed, a Backroads tour also leaves you plenty of time for exploring on your own, to your heart's content. For instance, if music is of interest to you, well then, welcome to Ireland. It's everywhere you look. Inevitably, your vacation, as with all other vacations, will end. But our hope is that you'll leave Ireland and your Backroads touring travel experience with a store of memories that will never leave you. Memories that you'll share with family and friends when you return home.
I'm going to tell them they must see Ireland, and I'm also going to tell them that no matter where they're planning to travel, say England or Europe, that they should check out Backroads tour before they set anything else in stone, because I feel like they'll be much more satisfied with what they get out of their trip than doing it the commercial, everybody stops the same place way. We've seen things that I'm sure people on the big tours never have that opportunity to see.
The best part with Backroads, I'd say their accommodation. Their equipment is first class, where we've stayed is first class, and the driver is just phenomenal. When I return home, I know I'll be speaking with friends that also travel a good bit. I'll definitely recommend Backroads. Couldn't find a better company for my experiences.
As far as the touring, I guess what I'll remember most are the people. They're very warm and hospitable, and probably the scenery everywhere. I had no idea there'd be that much variety of scenery in Ireland because it's a relatively small country when you come from the States by comparison. And I guess probably the third thing would be the food, which I've eaten way too much of. They have excellent food here. So the tour guide could not have been better. He's been accommodating and helpful and taken care of us like a mother hen. So I'd say it was an A+ tour altogether, and I certainly hope to do another one with the